From that day, I recorded at least 3 times a day for months. I have thousands of recordings of me practicing EVP ITC. But I didn't like to use the term EVP. I'm all about new paradigm, and that felt old paradigm to me. So something I do quite often is I have this spirit dictionary, I like to call it. This one happens to be my mother's. And what I do, I've inherited this from a friend who crossed. I close my eyes, I ask Spirit a question, I spin the pages. Spirit draws me to a page and a word. So I asked Spirit, what can I call this new form for me? And I was drawn to the word eclipse. And the word eclipse, the definition for eclipse is an interception of the light of the sun, the moon, etc., by some other body. Now, doesn't that say it, that spirit coming in to use their voice, they are eclipsing my light body with their light body? It made perfect sense to me. So I continued to record. I heard voices in my car while I was driving, direct voices. And I have a podcast that my editor has been editing all my podcasts. I never re-listen after I do the podcast. But one time I re-listened to a podcast that I did before she edited it, and I heard all the signs of spirit trying to make a noise. There were clicks, they were taps, they were bangs. And she told me that she was just editing them out. She didn't know what they were. So now, almost 8 months later, we're recognizing that spirit has been talking or trying to talk, but we didn't understand that. Now I understand it. So I'm understanding the clicks. I'm now understanding that I can record on anything and spirit will attempt to speak. So I moved from QuickTime to Zoom recordings now, where I can do multiple tracks of the people speaking. While I'm speaking, there's a track that's blank, and that's where spirit starts to speak. They will use any piece of blank track to make a noise or attempt to make a sound. And I'm learning this over the last year or so. I also learned about Konstantin Raudive. Konstantin Raudive in the 1900s was an early pioneer to this EVP. He also studied Jung, and I was a deep Jung person. He said, in his physical being, he said, the voices speak very rapidly in a mixture of languages, sometimes as many as 5 or 6 in one statement. I just heard him say that a couple of weeks ago, and that's exactly what I've been experiencing. Because I Googled this left and right, who's hearing it this way, and I was unable to find anybody that was doing it just like I was doing it. So I'm going to consider myself a pioneer. Some things that I recorded never happened again. They were really cool, but they never happened again. So I found a recording of someone named Reverend Sherry Pearl, and I can't remember her name right now, also been doing EVP recordings for many, many years. And they, during a seance of direct voice, Konstantin Raudive came through. And who was the woman? Sonia Rinaldi. Sonia Rinaldi, who's done a lot of this, you can Google her. She asked Konstantin my question: how come sometimes things come out really good from you guys and then it never happens again? And his quote has been instrumental to me over the last 6 months. What he said from the world of spirit through direct voice is this: the vibration of the fabric of the physical world prevents many things from happening. And that told me that our vibration, our expansion of consciousness, the way we perceive dimensions around us, the veil, beyond the veil, that it's not out there. It is right here.